but all the queens was like happy that, you know what I'm saying, for her to get her position. You know what I'm saying? You know what I was hearing, like in little forums and little live streams and little videos like on YouTube and Facebook. Y'all all happy about this woman. Is she going home sucking white cock? You know what I'm saying? So it's like she don't give a damn about you. She was putting y'all ass in jail. She got a white man. What are y'all doing? You know, so it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Speak on it.
So I ain't gonna lie, it got me to thinking a little bit, bro. I mean, but you know, at the end of the day, man, love is love. You like what you like, man. And if that's what she doing, you know what I'm saying, she got her white man.
I feel like this is like a scene out of like Django.
Welcome to the Love Is Podcast with your host, that thorny chick, Karen KK Rose, and her co-host, the lovable a-hole, that's right, I said lovable, Mr. DK Walker, where they will be discussing love, relationships, family, life, sex, self-help, and what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. Why? Because love is everything, and everything should be loved. Now to today's podcast.
Hello, everyone. It's your girl, it's that thorny chick, Karen KK Rose, alongside my co-host, the lovable asshole DK Walker. DK, how are you?
I'm fine. When you did my introduction, I sensed a lot of disdain and displeasure in your voice. I mean, are you having problems? Or am I just the representative of the men? And so since you're currently interacting with me, you get to take it out on me. Which one is it?
I don't know, Ike. You tell me.
Like, I couldn't be Ike. I could not, because you gonna eat the cake and you gonna definitely eat the cake and it may, I promise you that. What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Nothing. It decided to snow in the Midwest. It's cold. Like, I'm like, listen, I'm already over it. It hasn't even started. Like, we literally get like a day of snow and then it's nice for a couple days, goes back to snow. And I'm like, listen, can Mother Nature just be pissed one good time and just get it all out of system?
No, because she's a female. Females don't operate that way. You get, the emotional roller coaster just like that. A roller coaster. We're gonna take you on a ride. So,
roller coaster.
Stop! Don't
love. Say what?
Lord, I threw up in my mouth.
Roller coaster.
Hey! Please. Some kid just
Ohio
died.
players. What?
Shit, exactly. Yeah, keep that shit in Ohio.
Okay. But make sure you keep the same energy, later on in the show. Okay.
I'm going to keep this medium dick energy. Anyway, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Minus my contacts itching right this second. I don't know why.
Okay, cool. You want to bring us up to speed quickly as you scratch your eyeball out?
Right. Like, I literally feel like I am. Nothing new to report. My guy A is coming over today. He called me earlier. Gigi, can I come over? I said, yes, you can. And his mom said, we got to put on clothes. Gigi, do you have to get dressed? Yes, you have to put clothes on. And then you hear him go, okay. Like, it was just such a defeat, to his 2-year-old lifestyle, his whole.
Not, young nudist. I'm not mad at him, right? Like, and then he
could get away with, if he could get away with t-shirt and diaper, he's good. But
right, like, I mean, if you could get away with just free balling, he'd be good too. Like, something about swinging, right? But when you get older, you don't attempt that. Like, you go to jail for being an old nudist, right?
Standing in the doorway, you fussing about the grass.
Exactly, right. But when you're young, he's so cute. Like, it's just certain things acceptable at certain ages, right? So you do nothing wrong. Let him feel the breeze sometime, let him feel the breeze.
My guy is good. He's getting good at his skateboard. He's outside in the cold. He don't care nothing about the Midwest cold. He's trying to master the skateboard. Bay is good, working still 6 days a week. Hopefully will be becoming permanent here at the Postal Service sooner than their expected date, because they're on as temps and they're trying to hire them in. So each class gets hired at a different time, but it sounds like somebody's going to be retiring here at the end of January. So he'll be permanent quite sooner than later. Well, so hopefully he can come off his 612s and go to maybe, 5/8 like a normal person. And he'll be a little less cranky. I tell him every morning he sits on the side of the bed and he just sits there. I said, for a girl who was raised in a house with a man, I know that all life decisions are made in those moments. And just be quiet. Like, don't say nothing. Don't interrupt. Like, I don't know if he's talking to Jesus or he making life decisions. So I'm like, just let him have his moment. And when he's ready to talk, he'll talk.
Yeah, that's smart of you. Like, yeah, and that's really aware of you. A lot of people like watch the sunrise, like say, and then they'll start either sunrise or sunset, and they'll start talking. Like, well, why would you ruin the moment, right? So, yeah, please. Well, that's good. Look, well, anyway, next time you speak to him, although me and him yet to formally meet and or speak, tell him I say congratulations. That's a good look.
I will. He's happy, but I'm sure he's going to be happy when he comes off these 12 because, he ain't a spring chicken anymore. So, his body, he comes home with a different ailment. His shoulder hurt, his back hurt, his knee hurt, something hurt. Then it's, babe, can you rub my back? Babe, can you rub my hand? I'm like, do you just randomly come up with things like to hurt? He's like, I don't know. He goes, it just hurts. So I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, the parents are good. Everybody's good. Can't complain today. Knock on everything. Bless Jesus.
And maybe just Jesus will bless us, I could be wrong. Although you didn't ask. Oh, you was about to.
Right.
You took to you.
It's because you're caffeinated. It's because you're caffeinated.
I'm not. No.
Roadrunner Spades.
It's Spades or Speeds?
Spades.
Okay. All right.
You want everything now Roadrunner Pace.
There you go. Good girl. Yeah, I know you didn't ask what you was about to ask, but maybe. Right. I should, but I'm not.
Let me
I'm
host.
not that guy.
You should let me, do what I do. But yeah,
I had a great comeback for that, but I'm not going to live up to my name. Not today.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's a lie. I just lied. Anyway, everything is cool on this side of the town and whatnot. My family tolerates me. I'm still a sinning Christian. God still loves me in spite of me. Bottom line, flat out. What?
I said, won't he do it?
If he ain't gonna do it, like, we lost. If he ain't, if he ain't gonna do what he say he gonna do, then yeah, we SOL.
Ain't that the truth? Well, since we're all caught up, you ready for what I'm ready for?
Well, I know what you are about to bring, but the thing is it the Love Is podcast worthy, right? So like, this is your favorite segment, of the podcast, but is it Love Is podcast worthy, right? Because, a couple of recent podcasts, like the What the Fuck News was like, what the fuck was the What the Fuck News? So before you open up your mouth and take us down.
My segment, what you mean is what?
Before you take us down ratchet memory lane, right? Mm-hmm. Or, just make sure it's worthy to share with the people, right? Because they look forward to your ratchetness. So you don't want to, like, let them down, right? Like,
I don't know.
Okay.
You ready?
With bated breath, I wait.
All right. Well, take a sip of your black silk.
Lord have Folds only got to cut the check. I'm trying to tell you.
Come on, sip.
Hush your face, girl. Ain't nothing like this black silk in your mouth. Go ahead. Oh, Jesus. Really? See, I would, it's always something that's we're going to take shots. Really? We got shots.
I'm
not understanding the in you. I don't, what do you like? Don't worry about it. I'm going to chop your head off on air. It won't be today, and you won't even see it coming. Just pick your mouth up off the floor and be like, he went there. He not nice. But please.
You're never nice. Sip the coffee.
I'm waiting on you with the What the Fuck News.
That's the whole point. I don't want you to spit it out across the room.
I'm not sipping the coffee. Could you please, you stalling because the segment sucked, but it's cool.
Okay, that's fine. So, for those of us who have pets, you might want to rethink how y'all do y'all bedroom activities. So this one it's brief, but it is funny. So I was smashing this girl in my bedroom and my pet cat jumped on my bed. Cat was having a voyeur moment. The cat got scared since she was riding me and clawed her ass cheek.
Okay. All right. It's only one pussy in the house. It's only one pussy in the house. There's only one pussy in the house. That's all that was. So, one.
Needless to say, that was the end of the night, but it is still funny to this day.
Wow. like, ooh, like, first of all, like, I've never been that, like, I've been, cause I have a dog, right? But my dog does not, you can't be in a room. Like, you can't be, that seems odd to me, right? It just seems odd, right? It just, me personally, right? And so for people just let their pets roam while they're doing you have to understand you're doing an animal act, right? You're doing an animalistic act in front of animals. And so of course the animal's going to feel a certain type of way, right? Yeah, it's terrible. Like that had to hurt like hell. Cause have you ever been scratched by a cat? And like, I don't know. Right. And I don't know how much meat old girl had on her ass, right? I don't know if she was thick back there. I don't know if she was thin back there, but she was thin. Matter. Yeah, it don't matter because if she got some cushion for the pushing, or she got a little muscularity to the ass, right? She took it like a soldier, right? She got a little muscularity. If she had a Gina from the Martin, cause Gina had an apple ass. It was just tight. It was just like, it was just real tight. Right. Like,
but if she was junk in the trunk.
Oh, it ain't no muscle. So she caught all fat. Jeez, I'd have killed that cat. Like, I'm just like, and I can hear the animal activists talking about you did wrong. And I have good friends that, have cats and just, I promise you, you didn't scratch my ass and I got to walk around. And then you might as well get a tattoo over that. You might as well just get that tatted so it looks the part.
Listen, I'm like you. Listen, there will be no more cat. Or you not doing it at his house anymore because I don't want to be scratched by anything anyway. I do
want to be scratched by something. It depends on how cute she is. You know what I mean? Just before I was married. Before. Let me clean that up. Before you can go and scratch and beat me, but I'm a different breed of freak, but that's either here nor there.
I can't. Listen, I'm not a big cat person. I'm much more a dog person. So I'm not fond of being on
don't like pussy anyway. Like you say, you're not a big cat person.
That's why Babe will never get a threesome. You're absolutely right.
I say, you volunteered that. I didn't ask. Like, you give the whole, like, I want you to think about how much information think about this though, all jokes aside, right? Let me help you out, right? If you're looking for longevity within your relationship, like, you got to be really careful what you share. And then you got to make sure it's cool and don't assume.
We've had a threesome conversation.
But did he say it was cool to share that information? Huh?
He doesn't care.
Okay, did you ask or you assuming that he doesn't?
Listen, yes, we've had the podcast conversation. Like, what can I not say? I know what I can't say. I'll put it that way.
Oh, so he told you not to talk about his dick size. Okay, let's get him on. Anyway.
Right. That
got you.
The amount of times outlasted. Yeah, I can't do that.
Right. Like, I mean, tell them to sign up on my cinema form, to the Medium Dick Club. I mean, it's no shame. Like, it's got to be, when you're part of the Medium Dick Club, you just got to be more creative in the bed, right? Like, I think just, like, I didn't get this way from being like an average. Like, I'm too creative in my mind. And it's because I'm part of, and not only I'm part of, I'm the president of the Medium Dick Club, right? So, tell them to send an application and like, I'm going to send them say again?
It's not the Just Hair for Men Club. I mean, I don't
No, because a lot of dudes be like overplaying the stroke and the whole nine. Like, nah, don't. Just be creative in other ways, but just don't lie on the stroke, Slim. It is what it is. Like, shit, put your hand up. You know what I mean? You'll be all right.
Listen, and then, he dates somebody who stands to pee and has big dick energy and all ball-headed hoes in a relationship.
That's got to be a wild undertaking in your household, especially in the bathroom. Like, who peed on the seat?
Right. He didn't whose aim sucked.
Yeah, well, he's
a good guy. He's very. The nice part about Bay is very chill. Very little gets him riled up. He's like, eh. Like, I think like more so like now because, other people are hearing the podcast and things like that. He'd be like, do you know what she says? He goes, do you know what she says off air? He's like, what she says off air is really probably much more shocking than what she says on air. He said, so he's like, he goes, I see her every day. I talk to her 100 times a day. Trust me, what she says over the phone or what she says to her family and friends is much more like shocking than what she takes to the podcast. He goes, there might be a smidge bit of filter if she has any. I said, which could be true.
It's just a man in you. It's just a man in you.
Yeah, no. Don't challenge my manhood. But speaking of being bald-headed, doing some hoe shit in a relationship, we have a new segment called Bald-Headed Hoe Shit Awards. And today's is going to, her name is Samaria Terry. She is the weekend sports anchor, and reporter for WREG Channel 3. And she last week decided to rock her natural hair on air. Now, for men, it doesn't mean anything to them. It doesn't. But as a Black woman who, resides in certain thresholds, you have to look a certain way, be a certain way. And believe it or not, natural hair really still isn't as celebrated as it should be. In certain arenas it is, certain arenas it's not. Public television is definitely one of them. Courthouses is another one. A lot of attorneys and news anchors catch a lot of flack for wearing locks, dreadlocks, having their natural hair. And so she had taken to Instagram and said, hey, I finally mustered up the courage to wear some braids to work today. And of course, all of us sisters, all of, Instagram was happy to see it, that she finally took a stand in her appearance and how she wanted to approach her professional career and decided to rock her natural hair.
Cool. Well, big up to her. Like, I hope that she, wears the honor and well of, bald headed hoe shit awards. That's a good look to actually stand in who you are. And then I think when a woman is in that professional setting, it limits them because they can't be as versatile as they like to be. They have to be corporate looking at all times. And we know that, and it's not a race card, a race anything. Right. Well, it is what it is. But, Black women are uber versatile. Like they can rock out the wig boy, right? They can rock out, locks. They can rock out braids. You can be in a monogamous relationship. And then if the woman's really good at what she does, she can give you 5 to 10 flavors in a week. And you'd be like, what? Who? Oh, no, you need to bring her back. Matter of fact, if you can actually, let me get her first and then go in the bathroom and then swap and then come bring back with the other one I really like. Like Black women are really that versatile. So, shout out to her, for standing up like that's a big deal. And a lot of people won't see that. But I do think that mainstream America, because they don't want to seem like, behind the times, it's a lot more accepting of letting people be who they are as far as like diversity. And it only benefits them. Like, of course, they're going to get backlash and uproar, but if the content is still good, if the news is still the news, if whatever that programming is still bringing, if they're still in the A game, they'll learn to adapt and accept people for them being themselves as it should have been from day one. But, this is America and, it is what it is.
And so, we were all happy to see her, like I said, embrace her, who she wanted to present herself to be. Like, and that's got to be hard every day. You basically, putting on your suit and tie or your dress or whatever, and you can't really be who you are. That's, very being pigeonholed, and that's difficult for anybody.
Facts.
And so, that's who the bald-headed hoe shit award goes to, Miss Samira Terry.
Hey, make sure you, I don't know, is she on Instagram?
Of course.
Make sure you tag her. Make sure you let her know that she got the right. Oh, and also post a picture of her on our Instagram page, please, so people know exactly who we're referring to.
Yeah, absolutely. Award number 3. It only gets better from here. So, listeners, you do not get stuck with me and DK today. I mean, as much as y'all love us and we love y'all and we love getting on each other's nerves, or, hashtag coleslaw, whatever comes to whatever y'all bring to us and what we bring back to you guys is always a treat. However, we have a guest today who goes by the name of JC the Storyteller. JC, you there?
Yay, what's going on? Y'all got me over here cracking up.
What's
happening?
All right.
We live for the foolishness, or at least I do.
I love
DK
it.
just tolerates it.
Yeah, and for a moment, it's all right. It's quite all right. I'm looking for replacements as we speak. I'm on my phone right now. I bullshit you not.
Yeah, what it is. How y'all doing?
Proud of yourself, sir.
I'm good, bro. What's happening?
Man, I can't call it. Thank you for coming aboard. Karen, would you please finish the intro, please?
Absolutely. So I'll give you guys a little insight on JC. Born and raised in Augusta, Georgia, JC played collegiate football at Fayette State University of Fayetteville, North Carolina. After many years of playing professional indoor football, divorced with 2 kids, JC decided to put his storytelling abilities to work, which included writing several scripts that were made into short films. Quan Foyer's novel Street Dreams was a major influence in JC's writing. Blown away by one of his scripts, author LaJill Hunt convinced him to write his first book. JC's experience growing up on 9th Street in Augusta was an unforgettable one. His great-grandparents raised him from birth and gave him the best life they could. 9th Street and the surrounding hoods were crawling with drugs, gangs, and prostitution. Once in a neighborhood war himself, he found his way out of that life through football and writing. JC signed with Time Publications and released his first debut novel, Beast. After venturing out to try other genres other than street lit, JC met Stacey L. Moore and wrote 3 skits which appeared in Eros 369 Volume 2, published by Kalett Coffee Books. Shortly after that connection, he signed with Kalett Coffee Books and transferred Beast under that company, where it took on a transformation to the next level. It quickly became one of the hottest selling books in the South. JC is now self-published through his own publishing company, Dog Pound Publishing, with over 9 books and anthology entries. Again, y'all, it is JC the author.
I'm just a little person. That's all I am. I'm just a little person.
Man, if you're a little person, you rocking out in a big pond, Slim. Like those accomplishments are major, right? And quick question: was Karen pronouncing your school right? Is that Fayetteville or?
It's Fayetteville. I ain't want to, you know what I'm saying?
No, because she was like, I got my bad, Karen. It's all right. See, like because she took the shot earlier about something's always in your mouth. Like, but I didn't want to. I'm gonna let her make it. See how I'm gonna take the high. Michelle Obama over here, right? I'm gonna take the high road. I'm not gonna kick in the ass.
It's Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Chocolate Books.
Chocolate, okay.
Yeah, that's it. It's just spelt funny, but yeah, Chocolate Books.
Yeah.
Pardon me, Miss Reynolds.
Yeah.
Let me help you out here, right? It's Fayetteville. Like, don't you ever disrespect my people. Like, when I go see my mama, she's in Fayetteville, right? When I go see my family, they're in Fayetteville, right? Hold your tongue, child. Hold your tongue, right? Like, if you're young, it's called the Ville. Like my man J. Cole put them on the map.
Yeah, it's called the Ville, but Miss Reynolds, I'm not the one making an issue out of it now.
I'm aware.
Exactly. With your college degree, bougie ass. Gave Fayetteville a whole new makeover. I still like you though. It's all right. It's all right. Anyway.
JC, I have Beast. Now, I have 2 versions of it. Now, which one is right?
You say you have 2 versions of it?
Yeah. I have Beast, and one's called, I think, Beast AD.
Right. One is the sequel.
Okay.
Yeah. Beast was the first one. And then when I got with Chocolate Books, I was signed under that to release the sequel.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Listen, what is it like working with Quan? Or have you met him?
Yes. Oh my God, man.
Isn't he dope? He's super dope.
Man. So I'll keep this story short. So I was back and forth with LaJill Hunt, and of course, the first book I ever read from back to cover was Street Dreams by Quan, and I was always before that though. Me and her was going back because I had a script, film script that I was thinking about trying to find somebody or sell it. Actually, I was trying to sell it to Mavericks, that little distribution company or production company, and they was about to buy it, and then they had an overhaul and things went south. So LaJill read the script and she loved it. She said, "Man, you need to turn this into a book." And I'm like, "Really?" Yeah. So we got to talking. So I signed that. So I think on my birthday, I kept telling her how much, you know what I'm saying, I appreciated Quan writing, man, and his book, how like motivating me to take that step that she was asking me to do. And one day she called me and he was on the phone, man. And it was like, man, I was like a kid in the candy store, you know what I'm saying? A grown ass man. So went from there and we actually hooked up on the South Carolina, North Carolina border for a day. Me, him, Eric Gray, Benjamin. We met there and hung out for a little while. Yeah, he's cool, man. I mean, had me laughing the whole while, but man, that was a check off my bucket list.
Right. J.M. Benjamin, super dope. LaJill, another one, super dope. When I was just a lowly reviewer, with the book club, that's how I met Quan. And, no matter how big he gets, he's still, the same guy. He's still the same hungry, dude who writes and just writes so well and, really pulls you into the experience. So, shout out to him. He's super dope. Him and his wife, amazing team together. And again, LaJill is another amazing powerhouse. I've reviewed for her too. So it's all super dope people in your, for you just to be, this little small guy.
Yeah, I had,
some pretty powerful people.
I got kind of lucky because, no one shied away from me anytime I had a question or I needed to make a call. You know what I'm saying? They was there. I never felt like, I was aggravating them in any kind of way. So, that was a good start for me.
So what are you currently working on?
I just finished doing a erotica submit for a anthology that's for Valentine's Day, and I am currently switching genres to. I'm going into the cryptid sector, if you know what that is. It's gonna be pretty much like little horror, little monsters. Like I don't know if y'all know anything about Wendigos, Flushgates, Skinwalkers, and
Skinwalkers I've heard of.
Yeah. Well, along those lines, I'm planning on doing a series of those, just a change of pace. I think the urban lit is cool. That's my first love, but I just want to challenge myself to something different.
That's definitely what's up. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Say all the facets and all the dark places of your mind is going to be on paper.
Exactly.
I don't blame you at all.
Yep. So,
DK, you had a question?
No. Like Wendigo, I'm familiar with the comic book version of Wendigo. Is that like one and the same? Like my man would they eat flesh and he turn into a beast?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
There's different variations of how to become one, but that's the main one. Yeah. There's actually a movie that's been put on hold coming out called Antlers. It's been put on.
Familiar.
Yeah, it's been put on hold because of the pandemic. It's called Antlers. Man, when you get a chance, you ought to check that trailer out. And it's about a Wendigo.
That's definitely what's up. So, quickly before, and thank you. Like your accomplishments are not to be made small of. Like that's major, right? Like we anybody that's in the, the lit game knows that actually, writing and actually getting your book recognized by some of the doggone bigwigs in the industry is major in itself. But before we go on, and something that we felt to do when we first started, when we brought you on, we did not get to ask you this question. This is the Love Is podcast. And so anytime that we have a guest on, this something new that we're introducing. JC, please tell us, what is love to you?
Ooh, love. Well, I always say love is love, not to be confused with infatuation. It's a deep feeling you have for something, someone, or, some cause, if I can say, that gets you deeply that you can be deeply emotional about. You know what I'm saying? It could be your children. It can be a loved one. It can be, like I said, a cause, you know what I'm saying? A thing, so yeah, love is I think it's more expression than anything. But yeah, love is love, man,
Yeah, for sure. To say the least, is love is the only thing that will actually humble a guy, make him cry and smile in the same thought, to say the least. That's a powerful thing.
I don't have all that, bro. I don't have all that, bro.
I promise you, I'm married and I get that every day. I'm up one second, I'm down the next. I just want to hold middle ground for a day. I don't want to get too high, don't want to get too low.
Yes, sir. To say the least. I don't met a chick one time, boy, I was so in love with, boy, I just cried. She thought I was crazy. She didn't understand.
Yeah, man. When something like women always think that we attest that to, the physical, right? And cool. Like when a female can handle her business in the bedroom, that's bonus. But when you can actually, wade the murky waters of my soul to get to my heart. And then I become comfortable enough to actually share the me without the walls with you, like you in. And so for me to let you that deep within me, it's like I've let you to a place where few others have, access to. And now you talk about you want to leave me? Like you want to, what? Like you ain't read the fine print?
Yeah, that's why these jokers be flipping around here, bro.
Exactly.
What's the fine print?
The fine print, your monkey ass ain't going nowhere. That's the fine print.
or in other words, you better not go nowhere.
See, that's that Ike shit.
Yeah.
That's that Ike shit.
Anime.
No, I will not. I mean, listen, and the sad part, JC, is my bacon baked the cake, and I still ain't. No, what I'm not.
Oh, Jesus! If you don't hush you're so fake with it. Like we're not going back down that road.
I'm fake.
Okay. Yeah, you fake because your man called you in the kitchen barefoot. Like you in the kitchen, he called. Like we talked about a couple podcasts ago, you were talking that you won't. Like it's all right to say I will. Like I don't understand, and we need to move along to the topic. But before we do move along, I can't let this bypass. I'm just not that type of guy. Shout out to my man LL. Look, but my thing is don't stop screaming about what you. And that's what's wrong with women and men. We so quick to say what we won't do, so we can give the appearance on how tough or how defiant we is. When you in love, like there's no such thing what I won't do. There is no I won't, cause she don't. Yeah, my wife running me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you why because we was actually a few minutes late, getting the whole gang together for this podcast, right? And it wasn't even my wife, it was my daughter. Like she got a new bed and it came, and so it's like I had to take this stuff upstairs. I'm like, it was like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, Mom, I'm about to go do a podcast. Like, Dad, can you take this upstairs? Like, I don't got time. And then she gave me a look like, oh. And so I took upstairs, right? Because it's just like, okay, cool. I know what I got to do, but my baby, she snapped her fingers and Daddy gonna jump through this hoop. Right. Cause it's, I have no problem sharing that with the podcast cause I understand cause I love her so much and it was just like, I had to do it anyway. So to put a smile on that beautiful little face of hers, I took care of that. I think, women need to at a young age understand it's all right. To don't have to be so defiant if you really love the guy. And men, if you listen to this, I promise you, like you can play that King Kong shit if you want to while you at the barbershop. Not a problem, right? You can beat your chest all you. At the barbershop, you can do all that wild cowboy shit if you want to, right? But in the presence of your lady, you keep doing that wild cowboy shit, what you ain't gonna do, telling her no, giving her a hard way to go. And I promise you, I promise you, as I'm short and fat, yeah, she will sooner rather than later get extra dick in her life because you on that no shit. That other guy's on that yes shit. And I promise you that.
Can I get an amen?
You can get an amen. Shit, let the church say amen.
Hey, a single joker like me be sitting on the sideline waiting for the commode. Yeah,
there it is. You keep talking about what you ain't gonna do.
Hey, Karen, you laughing, but I want to say us side dudes, but I ain't no side dude. But hey, side dudes can make your relationship better.
Lord. Speak on it. Ho. I know we got some meat and potatoes in the podcast to get into. And I promise you
we not gonna zoom past this comment. Wait a minute. We ain't gonna zoom past. Like you didn't just say what you just said.
We said that. Yeah. You need to listen to what he just tell what you mean.
Side niggas will make the relationship better.
This is what I'm saying. And it can go and this is both ways as well. This is what I'm saying. And this and it's sad to say I'm like an open book. So, but this is through some experience, through personally and seeing it. A woman, okay, she got a side dude, and stuff ain't going good at home. So that's the reason why she stepped out, right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Whether she right or wrong, which she stepped out. Now, if things rock at home and this side dude is giving her, he's probably putting all his 2-3 inches up in him, got an orgasm, and look, hey, she coming home happy, fixing. Look here, even though she thinking about another dude, you know what I'm saying? All that drama that y'all had going on at the house is no more.
Facts. Fat dude, my man just gave somebody. He did okay. Two things just happened, right? Like to the uninformed listener, two things just happened, right? Two things happened. He actually told on a bunch of situations within the household. So dudes, if your lady was used to come home bitching, complaining, but nothing hasn't changed in the house, but she stopped bitching and complaining, something has changed in between her cheeks. I don't know which ones, right? But the side dude action is going on. Like I'm going 99.9%, right? He done told you, like, if you pay attention, because she was complaining, you don't do this, you don't do that, you like, and she ain't complaining about nothing no more. Like, and then when you tell her to do some shit, she do it. Like, what? You ain't putting no money in the pocket. You ain't giving no extra dick. You ain't no time. You ain't doing nothing for her, but she's happy. Like, and you're not right. You're not the cause of that happiness. I promise you, somebody's in her DMs, somebody's in her jeans, somebody's in her panties. Like, somebody's in somewhere in her life where you ain't. And the other thing is, JC, you got to be careful. Like, you can't give that game away because you mess around. Like, a dude be sitting waiting for you. Let me speak to you for a second, Slim. Slim, let me holler at you, because you can't, like, you gave too much away with that one.
This Patreon stuff here.
Oh man,
let me tell you, man. Look, Karen, and I know you're over there looking at me with the side eye, but check it.
I'm reading the fine print. I'm reading the fine print. Y'all gonna have somebody waking up in a burning bed. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying, a woman can be talking about she gonna leave you and all that, and then, you know what I'm saying, regardless of how good the finances is and stuff. But if she's getting somewhere else what she's lacking at home, she may hang around for them finances for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on, baby.
And that's a two-way street. So we're not only,
yes.
Like, that's not only for females, that's for dudes too. Like, you have to understand, like, if a dude come home and his needs are not, and when we say needs, and soon we say needs, people automatically think we're talking about, like, sometimes it ain't even about the sex when we're talking about a man's needs being met. Sometimes I want to walk through the door and don't be bombarded with like, can I get 5 minutes inside my house before I get the honey-do lift? Can I get 5 minutes inside my house before you tell me what I ain't do? Can I get 5 minutes inside my house before you tell me about family drama? I just need 5 minutes to decompress and thank God that I made it home safely.
That's what you got a car for.
No. And see, you. Okay,
that's not how I do. That's not how I do. I promise to God, it's not.
She fishy.
Right. I'm not knocking how you do, right? And this may not apply to you.
Door, I'm like, can I just get a kiss and a hi, and then you can go do what you want to do, like shower, change clothes, figure out what you're gonna eat right now.
Okay, so we light applause for you because you put yourself in a good light. But with this message is not for you then, if that's not what you do, right? We're talking to, but there's other females that's gonna hear this and they're gonna think about what they do.
They're gonna tell you what they're gonna ask you exactly what I just asked.
No.
Oh, okay.
They gonna be with the bombarding. They're gonna be with the nagging. They're gonna be with the 1 minute they in the mood, the next minute they not. They're gonna be doing all these games. And what's gonna happen is he gonna be going through it. And one day his willpower is going to dwindle. And once that willpower dwindles, he's gonna start just like that female came home with that smile and that twinkle in her eye. He too is now gonna have a twinkle in his eye. And so when he walked through the door and soon she hit him with the honey-do list, he not tripping. He walked through the doggone door and then she hit him with the family drama. He not tripping. Why? Because his balls is empty.
Mm-hmm.
And he's skipping because the extra weight is gone.
He's not even skipping. He's skipping, clicking his heels and talking about, I wish I was home. I wish I was home. I wish. He got the whole daughter thing going on.
Listen, a house gonna fall on somebody today, Jesus. A house is surely gonna fall tonight. When this airs, somebody's house gonna fall, whether it be a house of cards, a real card, but somebody gonna wake up in a burning bed and I will not be held responsible.
Whatever. We actually, on truth be told, like they always say that there's truth in jest, right? That's what they always say, right? So if like laugh with us, have fun, be thoroughly entertained, not a problem. But there's my man, real jokes aside, no blow, no smoke, no cap, but he gave y'all a real life jewel. And I'm like, you can act like it wasn't a jewel if you want to, right? You can act like, oh, she happy because she drinking a little bit more. Yeah, she drinking dick a little bit more. You can act like he didn't give you the truth about what's going on in your life, right? You can act like you can turn a blind eye and have a deaf ear. But I promise you, like what he just said, and then I piggyback off of, like, I'm not no game spitter, but that's just common sense 101 to the people that want to be informed.
Right. We leave situations mentally long before we leave them physically.
Say again?
I said we leave situations mentally long before we leave them physically. And like you said, when she stopped nagging or he stopped really paying attention, listen, that was red flags. The day she come in the house and ain't had nothing to say and you ain't did this, ain't did that, and she don't even so much as be like, there's a red flag, sir.
Sometimes that mind being in a different place, and it might be where that side dude is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the hubby or whoever is not, you know what I'm saying, ain't on her mind because the other dude is on her mind.
Is your body here with me?
Wow.
But your mind is on
the other side of town.
I got judged from my Ohio players, but I just listened to this. Woo.
Karen, if that man, not your man, I'm just saying a man if a woman, I'm sorry.
He not exempt.
He sure ain't exempt.
Hey,
shit me.
A woman coming up and all of a sudden you come home, let's say you come home for whatever reason and she got music playing in the house at a nice little volume, and she's sipping on some wine and she there by herself acting like she reading a magazine. She ain't doing that for nothing, bro. That's all I'm saying. Come on. Don't let these movies and shit fool you.
I promise you. Wait until Excel.
Okay.
This is why we good with our writing.
Listen, ma'am, you can't burn trash. It is trash. See, that's the part y'all forget about. That's the part.
Say again?
So waiting to exhale. She puts all his clothes in the bins. Okay. She backs it out. She lights it on fire. Fire comes. Ding dong. Ma'am, you can't burn trash. It is trash.
Okay. Oh. She burned up the car and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to, because I'm gonna help you, because you're in denial, and then we got to get to the meat and potatoes of the podcast, right? Because you in denial. I'm going to help you.
Of what? I'm in denial of what?
Shh. Close your pretty pink lips and just listen, hon. I'm going to help you. You just described a scene out of the movie, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Waiting to Excel?
Mm-hmm.
All right, not a problem. And that was a movie, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Not a problem. There was a young lady, and we've seen her. She has well over 1 million views. Her silly ass tried to light up. Her silly ass tried to light a car on fire. And what happened? She got her face burned and she went to jail. You keep letting these movies, ladies, stop. Some things are meant to be left in the movies. Do not, and I'm giving y'all a joke. Like I'm gonna cut off the joke time. Like stop letting your emotions get the better of you when things get bad between you and your man, right? Because what happens is things get spun way out of control, right? If you just got to leave if you're not going to permanently leave, just leave for a minute to calm down. But if you ever find yourself in an aggravated state where you got to try to burn a car up and you thinking like you about to have a waiting to excel moment, and then your silly rabbit ass set the car on fire, then explosion like a ping pong. Like the car went boom, your head went ping, and then the next thing you know, you were in jail. Smell like taco. Smelling like taco. Like, please.
I'm not doing it. I enjoy my eyebrows and my hair.
Yeah, but you clearly was bigging up the scene of the movie, and then we see how real life tried to emulate the movie, right. And then what happened? So you got to be careful with your hairline.
I do. In my eyebrows. That's what I'm
trying to say.
In my face.
Don't be paying the movies no attention, man. You gotta real life is different. Entertainment is different.
Right. And then you got to keep in mind, like a lot of guys don't want to go. A lot of guys, you have to understand, they don't, you swing, they swing back. Like, so, right. So what I'm saying is, like, when things get bad, okay, we having a lot of fun here, right? But if things ever get bad in a relationship and you find as though that is getting to the point where as you want to do something that's so out of your character, or that's going to have ramifications, right. Or that's going to have ramifications that you can't undo once it's done, then don't do it. Like, just walk, like, I promise you, if you got a car to drive, like, grab the kids and drop the kids over girlfriend house, mama house, sister house. Fuck, drop the kids over the side dude house. I don't care. But if you see your life's about to spin out of control, because it happens in the blink of an eye. One minute and then you so filled with rage because he did whatever or she did whatever. And next thing you know, you like, and then it's like, oh shit. And then once you calm down, you'll start to pick apart the whole situation and how you could have played it differently if you only had a moment to think. Last piece of advice. If you find yourself that high up, just breathe deeply. Stop thinking, breathe. And center yourself and then inch your way the fuck out the house. I don't care if you got to fall on your knees to crawl away from the situation. Or you can be like that female that she'll forever smell like charcoal. Forever.
Jesus.
Hey, she did bounce between the two cars like a pinball.
Her head blew back.
Yeah, well, you know, and Karen giving these people bad advice, and she won't do it. You're gonna leave these people.
Listen,
you's a false prophet, man. You's a false prophet, man. Anyway,
wow.
Anyway, Jim Jones, we not drinking the Kool-Aid.
Jim Jones and Chrissy, hold up.
Can we get to the meeting? But can you segue? I can keep going forever about this shit, but can you segue, please?
Yes. So, JC. We have, since we're going down this rabbit hole about women and what we feel and, you know, what love means to us. So here's the meat and potatoes of today is why do black men hate black women?
Supposedly. And okay, right. Don't just ask the whole stop. Because the setup was Fred Miller. I ain't gonna lie to you. The setup was Fred Miller. Okay, this is something that you read because like, okay, this is something that you read. You got to tell the people because you can't speak for us. Because when you told me what you wanted to bring to the podcast, you know, I was offended, not because you wanted to bring it, because if this is the mindset, like I don't like some of the crazy shit be fucking floating on the internet. Like where do people get this shit from? Right? Like, I don't understand how that one statement picked up as much steam as it did without no type of backstory. And whomever posted that and the people that liked and commented and had the same thoughts, and I'm so sorry, JC, I know she asked you the question, right? But I want to put it in.
Go ahead.
Right. I want to put it in context before we go in and jump into it. So who, first of all, who gave it its legs to grow and take on a life all its own, right? And then who gave that person authority to speak on all doggone for all black men? And 9 times out of 10, it was a female, and it's not a doggone battle of the sexes, but it was a female that posted this. So she is the least qualified to speak on how black men feel.
You taking the words out of my mouth.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, you good, bro. Go on to cook.
my man. So like before we you know let our guest, because that's the reason that we have him on for today's show, you know what I mean, because he's from the South and I'm pretty sure he sees a lot of interracial relationships, right? But before we give it to him, I actually want to spin that, since it's your topic, Kern, that you're bringing to the podcast. I want to put that in your plate, right? What is your take on it? And then don't be scared. Like a couple of things, don't be scared. Whatever you feel. But I'm gonna let you know now, right? If you come half baked, I'm gonna cook your ass.
Okay. I feel like whoever brought this up is either bitter at a black man or bitter about their situation, not so much a living situation, but just bitter about a situation. I feel like whoever posed this really wanted that response to be that black men supposedly hate black women because it's a mothering issue. We always want to point back to the fact that it's like we don't take responsibility for the things that we don't like, that it has to be a nurture versus nature movement or syndrome or something like that. And I was like, I mean, it could possibly be true. Do some of us have, you know, tough childhoods and things like that? So that could potentially align us in the wrong direction. Yes. But is that always true? No, because I'm not Steve Harvey. I can't speak for all black men because one, I'm not a black man, and I can't speak for all black women because I'm not all black women.
Right. You just a light-skinned version of all black women.
Right. There you go.
Okay. Not a problem. JC, your take?
I run that question by me again, bro. Just make sure before I go in.
Why is it that black men hate all black women?
Now that's a question I can't answer, bro. But I mean, as far as going through that, as you know, it's not part of my experience, man. First of all, I love my queens. You know what I'm saying? And I think that for many guys, those guys that prefer to go, you know, with a different you know, a white, black, white or Korean or whatever, white. They're just going to say white, in the sense that because that's what they want to do. I mean, who am I to judge? The only thing the issues I have with a situation like that is don't degrade all the sisters to justify you wanting a white woman or a Korean woman. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
If that's what you like, that's what you like. But don't going around telling people, yeah, I had to get me a white woman because the black women, they won't submit, they won't cook, they won't clean, they got a bunch of mouth, and they got no. And then in return, you'll get a woman saying, well, he ain't strong enough to handle me. Then we got this man versus woman tug of war amongst the black folks. So anybody, you like what you like, but when they get to the point where they starting to degrade all the black women, I look at it the same way when I see a woman post on social media or put up a meme talking about all men ain't shit. No, all the men that you want ain't shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because facts. I can guarantee you 9 out of 10, she's going after something and possibly trying to, let me put it like this. She could be going after a guy that runs the street, that think he a player, probably a drug dealer and got women. And when she finds, she gets with him, she's just thinking all of a sudden that all that stuff he's doing is going to stop. And when it don't, they get to clashing. And then next thing you know, she putting up on social media, all men ain't shit, when you couldn't change that man. So you mad.
But equally,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. But my thing is, equally though, that's what you attracted. Like, if that's what you keep going for, then that's what's going to constantly come to your plate. And I also want to double back when you finish your thought about something else you said.
But in a sense that, again, you like what you like. Just don't degrade my black queens, but to justify you want, let's say, a white woman or a Korean woman. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know why some men are like that. And, again, love is love. I mean, I can understand, like here, I'm in Augusta and we're very connected with Fort Gordon Army base. And, in the Army is mad interracial relationships. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I see it a lot. It ain't that big a deal, but my preference is a queen. Now I've never been in a situation where I was getting close enough to, let's just say, a white woman and start getting affection and close to say, okay, well, I want to get with this woman. I've never been in that situation, but I have never been the type to say, got mad at a sister, said that, man, screw this, man. I'm going to get me a white woman. That just ain't been my thing. You know what I'm saying? I watch lesbian white porn because they got good production. But
they shout out to Brazers.
Exactly. Yes. Black porn production sucks. But anyway, but as far as for the rest of my life, bro, I want a queen. I want a queen, and if she can be my queen and don't wear wigs and she wear natural hair, that's beautiful. But I don't understand guys like that. We ain't cut from the same cloth.
Right. No, you good. Karen, like you spoke on it earlier, then you had a question for him. You want to double back. Go ahead, catch your point.
Yeah. So why do you think that we create gender roles, or why do we create gender tension?
What do you mean? Gender, that's male and woman, like male and female.
No. Right? But the thing is, we want to, like he said, the battle of the sexes. Like, why do you think we create those? Because honestly, I feel like a lot of times, though, what we have mentally deemed as this is a man's role, or this is a woman's role, really isn't as, serious as we make it out to be.
Well, traditionally, it's like the Bible. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? We all Christian until there's something in there that we don't want to do. And then we, you know what I'm saying? And, we good with everything. Like, for instance, it's traditional for a man to bow one knee to ask a woman to marry. but it's not traditional. So, but when you ask a group of women about bowing to a knee to ask a man to marry them, it's an issue. You know what I'm saying? And then most times the man's supposed to be head of the household. You know what I'm saying? But you got both of everybody's working. The thing is, you have to, when you in a situation, you have to determine if you're going to go traditional or you're going to be the up-to-date version. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You can't, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to be beside me or you going to let me lead? You know, and you can't bring up what it should be when you get in the argument. You know what I'm saying? If I'm answering the question correctly.
Absolutely.
You know, you because everybody got different personalities. Mm-hmm. And some women are strong-willed, some men are strong-willed, some men are weak-minded, and some women are followers. And you know what I'm saying? And what some people think the definition of a woman submitting is different from what another person think a woman submitting to, let's say, a marriage or a relationship is. You know what I'm saying? I don't think submitting is, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You do what I say or I'm gonna whoop your ass with this belt type shit. I'm just thinking that it's more of, you know what I'm saying? You lead, we follow, but we are a family. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's kind of hard for me to put into words, but you know what I'm saying? You the man of the house. You know what I'm saying? Lead the house. You know what I'm saying? You're the protector. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of most women don't even want to go that route because she probably make more money than him, and then that's a whole nother different situation.
It's a whole different segment. But I get what you're saying. Like everybody in the unit needs to play their part.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
but
understand it.
Facts. So let me spin this, you know, back all the way back. Whereas, first of all, I think that actual statement, wherever it was taken from, is crazy, right? My problem with the whole swirl, right? My whole problem with the whole first of all, like you can't, like, you know, like we all, I want to quote, I think her first name is Jane. Her last name escapes me, right? But she's been on the Oprah Winfrey show and she said something that was really, 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 really powerful, right? People don't date outside of their race. It's only one race, which is the human race. Mm-hmm. Like, let's go there, right? You can't date outside unless you into dogs, unless you into cats, unless you into rabbits, right? You can't date unless you into aliens, right? Whether you believe or don't believe. So you can't date outside of your, like, that's just, and then when she said that a light went off, ping, the light went off, like that makes so much sense, right? Now, for black women, and, you know, because this question or this statement was posted by such, if you were to see a guy with a white woman, right? You know what I mean? You have to let them be who they are and don't automatically see that and feel a type of way, whereas it reflects a bad light upon you. His relationship has nothing to do with you. What he eats don't make you shit. So if you see him with adult, like, I'm not understanding, like, that's what's wrong. Like, if you think about that mentality, right? Like, you know, we always talk about white people racist. Like, okay, let me help my black people out. And don't get me wrong. And I'm gonna come back into, I'm gonna be a little long-winded, so you gotta bear with me. Mm-hmm. Like, when you see that, like that makes you the ultimate racist, right? Like, if he or she, right? Let's he or she is happy dating somebody outside of their ethnicity, right? You know what I mean? Then be happy for them. No matter how they're acting, no matter if they think that them dating outside of their, lack of better words, outside of their race makes them, it should not affect you. We spend so much doggone time worrying about shit that doesn't concern us. And then what happens is we go looking for stuff, right? And we'll perpetuate a situation because we actually hate our own lives. And so, like, say, if you're a dark-skinned chick, right, and you got called blackie in school, right? If you're a dark-skinned chick and you got picked on, if you're a dark-skinned chick and nobody asked you to the dance, as soon as you see a reasonably decent, brother dating a average or below average white guy, you're thinking like, and see, it's mental because you're thinking to yourself, I got her beat. Why can't he choose me? right? But once again, the people that feel that way, you got to understand that's his or her choice. Why they chose that person has nothing to do with you. What you need to do is go get counseling. I'm not being a dick. I'm not trying to go get counseling because you have inner turmoil with yourself. Why you can't, that shouldn't affect you. No matter if he's walking down no matter if he's a black man holding hands with a white woman and talking about, this is my queen. This is the best thing since sliced bread. I'm tired of you nappy-headed hoes. Like you should be looking like, okay, cool. Like you should like laugh at him and keep like, but that's his thing.
Exactly.
And we're not mature enough to let that go, right? We're not in a place we think like people are obligated. Nobody's obligated to date somebody that looks like them. Last time I checked, for better, for worse, and lately the shit has been worse. This still is America, right? For all its falsehoods, this still is America. And although it's illegal in some places of America, I'm pretty sure to date outside your race. I could be wrong. Somebody fact check me on that. But like for the most part, if it's not illegal, like let people love who they want to love, be who they want to be with, because that's their preference. And to say that like that we hate, but that's not the case. And it's not. You can never say all anything unless you actually had a conversation with each and every black man. You can never say all. Unless you had a conversation with each and every black woman, you can't say all, right? Not a problem. So I've been championed the side of people have the right to pick and choose whoever make they toes curl at night. Not a problem. Now, this is the problem I had with people that date outside of their race that think they didn't came up. Look, just because you are dating Becky, just because you're dating Biff, just because you're dating, whomever, Lily, and like you have to understand, just because you're dating them, it doesn't elevate your status, right? Just because you've been indoctrinated to believe that your Lord and Savior, is white, right? Like your Savior is white, and you believe if I can just get a white person on my team, I'm gonna get close to Jesus Christ. Just so you've been indoctrinated with that bullshit, right? Like shame on you. Right? Cause like what you're doing, you can't date exclusive. I'm only dating one race. Like, okay, cool. Right. Not a problem. You should only date one race, the human race. Like that's the only race you should be dating. Right. Not a problem. Right. Stop thinking that you automatically elevate your whole way of living because you're dating somebody that looks nothing like you, somebody that doesn't look anything like your father, your mother, whomever. Like white people got bad credit. Okay. Not a problem. White people, they got bad credit. White people mismanage their funds. White people don't actually reach the American dream. They fall short just like we do, right? So stop thinking that it's better or because they treat you better. What happens is the men in your life, and I'm gonna get off my soapbox in a hot second. What happens is the men in your life treated you bad, but you can't damn a whole race because they treated you bad. What happens is the female ran over you, talking to the black men, and the black woman ran over because you was weak as fuck. It had nothing to do with the whole race. It's you ain't had no spine, and your dick game 9 times out of 10 was trash. Like what I mean? Like call a spade a spade, right? So my thing is like stop. Like that like you have to understand. There's a book and I forget who's the author. Right? It's called The Browning of America. If y'all don't see what's going on, like America's not even like America. Like the melting pot is just doing that. It's melting together. There's some people that would never date outside of their race, right? But for the most part, the way that the younger generation is doing their thing, like they're like, what? Like it's not a thing to them. They don't see that. Like me and my daughter, like have some of the back and forth conversations. She's nothing but 11, right? And so as I'm trying to make her aware of her history and the contributions that she's had, right? And then when I point and say, other races did X, Y, and Z back to us in the past, she has that look on her face like, I've never experienced that. I'll be telling her, just because you didn't experience those things doesn't make them less true. Just like, know your history and then move accordingly. No matter what side of the fence that you may be on, black, white, Jew, Gentile, know your history. Move accordingly and stop thinking because you're dating, somebody opposite, like, oh, like the stars and moons and all that shit that lined up. It didn't. They're human. Last I checked.
Now, were you talking about Jane Elliott that was on Oprah?
Yeah, her, Jane, my girl. We went to high school together. Okay, we didn't. I just lied. Sorry.
Oh, okay, Tarzan.
Anyway, so with that being said, has anybody here dated outside of their race, and the reason why was, if you did, what made you?
I did.
I never.
You never? You never had no pink salmon?
Man, I never had nothing outside of a queen, bro. In bed, and it was not. It's not necessarily the way it just how it's been. You know what I'm saying? I have, turned away any. I just haven't had any to come my way, bro. So I don't know if it's just my, my circle who I'm surrounded by all the time, but I never had that chance, bro, yet.
Right. Okay, cool.
If it's going to happen, I need to hurry up because I'm getting up in age, man, and blue pills are expensive.
No, he didn't take it there, Lord. No.
Oh, yeah. You have to understand, man. Like when you get you shit, speak on it. I'm trying to tell you, I need to put a prescription in with my doctor now. I promise you, like I do. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna say this right quick. Our VP, Kamala Harris, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, when all the queens and stuff, shout out to the Chucks and Pearls, you know what I'm saying? But when all the queens was like happy that, you know what I'm saying, for her to get her position, you know what I'm saying? You know what I was hearing like in little forums and little live streams and little videos like on YouTube and Facebook. Y'all all happy about this woman. Is she going home sucking white cock? You know what I'm saying? So it's like she don't give a damn about you. She was putting y'all ass in jail. She got a white man. What are y'all doing? So it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Speak on it.
Hey, so I ain't gonna lie. It got me to thinking a little bit, bro. I mean, but at the end of the day, man, love is love. You like what you like, man. And if that's what she doing, you know what I'm saying? She got her white man.
I feel like this is like a scene out of like Django.
No. I'm just so happy. Look, I'm so sorry. Look, I'm like, hey, bro. I don't know if I ever get down to Georgia, right? I don't know, right? And I know the next time I get down to Fayetteville, I'm going soon. I go check on my mom, right? But we got to link up on some real time, Slim. I promise you, man. Like we got to link up. I am so happy, and I need y'all to feel me on this. I am so fucking happy that somebody was willing to call a spade, and it's not even a shot at the VP, right? It's not. And please, my man just gave y'all 2 life-changing jewels. Like he just gave y'all real live shit, right? I need our people, and I know we're talking about the swirl in interracial relationship. I know we're talking about all that good shit, right? But I need for my people to do a couple of things. Stop thinking that we made it just because you see one of your own. I don't automatically assume that we're going to the promised land because one of your own is in a place of prominence. You got to stop that, right? You gotta, until they show you that they're going to lead you to the promised land, right? Until they show you they're going to help, eradicate some of these doggone draconian laws. Until they show you, like they was, and you're right. I'm not, and all your what's the sorority?
AK.
All you AKAs throwing up your gang signs, you know what I mean? With the clutching your pearls, because you're throwing up gang signs, all you're doing. You can be mad at me, I don't care, right? That's one of the beautiful things about when it's your own shit. Like, it is what it is. You're throwing up your gang signs, you got your pearls, you got your chucks on, right? What I'm telling y'all, we're so, as a people, black people, right? We are so quick to say one of us.
He said gang sign.
Right, it's a gang sign. Like, it's you know what I mean? A bunch of beautiful women throw them gang signs, right? So y'all got to stop being so quick to just because you see somebody that has a reflection of you to think that let them show you by their actions and stop making them the one. Like no disrespect to Obama and his administration. Like come on now. Like hasn't history taught us anything? So I'm gonna ask one question on this political tip, right? And I'm so glad that you opened up this door. Allow me to kick the motherfucker off the hinges, right? Because it's only right. And I promise you, I want, matter of fact, if y'all got any, like my man said, I'll take the hit, right? Text only number 202-715-1645. Please, if you got a problem with anything I'm saying, I would love the dialogue. I don't want to argue. I don't want to go back and forth, point, counterpoint. I love the dialogue. So this is what I'm getting at. She made it. She's VP. That's a beautiful thing. Let her show you that she's worthy. And my question to black people, and I know we was talking about relationships, but it's spilled someplace else. And that's what happens when you have great conversation. Thank you to our guest, JC. Appreciate you. So look, my question to all black people, and I know I'm being long with it, but you got to set it up before you give it to them. You just can't stick it in. You got to ease it in, right? And so let me ease it into you. Look, so my question to y'all is this. If y'all would have voted for, say there was, instead of you had the Democrats and the Republicans, say you had a third party, right? We'll call them independents for the sake of just our conversation, not a problem. They were white. You had a white man and you had a white woman, right? And they were 10 times more qualified to heal America, right? But you white man, white woman, but they were 10 times more qualified to heal America as a whole. Black people, would you have voted for them, or would you have felt obligated to vote for the Biden-Harris ticket based on her race alone?
Black people would have definitely felt obligated.
And that's my fucking point. Like, I'm not, like, when he said that she going home and she's either spitting or swallowing, and he being so disrespectful, and she's young, so she's still having sex, right? Like, I promise you. Don't think she ain't, right?
Oh yeah, she's sexy, so he definitely getting that.
I promise, and he's still he in shape too. And last time I checked, I'm pretty sure he got them blue pills on deck, so he getting it in. Don't get that shit fucked up. But the point I'm trying to make is we got to, just because it looks like us, stop obligating our allegiance to people that look like us until they show us that they for us. Like I keep trying to tell y'all, man, y'all own this race shit real hard. Like I told y'all about the 30-minute joint we did this past Wednesday, right? It's not about race, right? Like y'all keep thinking about, no, it's about economics. And y'all still, it's all we got to do is throw a black person in front of y'all and y'all lose your mind. Like she had on pearls and chucks, and the internet lost its fucking mind with pictures of people went to the store. The pearl sales went up through the roof. People didn't even have no pearls and was robbing their grandmother. What the fuck? It was like the grandma, like, where you go? I just need it for the photo shoot. I need it for the gram. I need it for the gram, grandma. I need it for the gram. Like, what are you doing? But that's how, y'all just throw your, stop.
We got.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, I get on my, I'm sorry, because I know Karen, she's used to me ranting, and I get on my soapbox, and I just want to bring awareness and attention to that, right? If she's qualified, and not even gonna hold her against that she's locked up a lot of black people. I'm not gonna hold it against Biden, because Biden enacted laws that locked up so many black people. Like, let's not forget that. Okay, cool, but I'm not gonna judge anybody on their past. I don't want anybody to judge me. Judge me on my current actions. So let's see what they do collectively, right? Before we say, oh my God, they're the savior. What? Newsflash. He not God and she ain't Jesus Christ. Put away your Bibles. Put away your pearls. You know what I mean? Put away the chucks, right? Because they hurt your feet. There's no soul support, right?
Not to keep y'all off the meat and potatoes, but I just want to. It's a local situation where, you know what I'm saying, the turnout for this black sheriff was it was just as overwhelming as this election we just had. So the first term in office, man, it was so much bull crap going on that was making regional news. You know what I'm saying? Him. And here come election. And it's the same thing with our city officials, our city councilmen. They do a half job. They run on one thing, but do a whole totally different thing. And then when it's time to run again, that same thing they ran off of last year, they run for again, which should tell you, if they don't ran off of this for 15 years of continual elections, that they ain't doing it. Here comes time for election, and I'm talking about councilmen that done been in jail for fraud in the government, and they rerunning and getting elected. And the same thing with our sheriff. You know what I'm saying? He turned right around. He ran against a white dude that was seemingly pretty cool. You know, I did my little research on him. I mean, he ain't been in no trouble. He was just running. And man, he ain't even get 10% of the votes, bro.
That's crazy. Black people, right? Like, we're going to take this all the way back to we're going to take it back, but this was important enough to deviate, right? So that's what happened when you have great conversation. It can go anywhere. And I think when you had, the guest is uber articulate, and he really he opened up that door. And I'm so thankful that he did, because like sometimes I try my best never to like self edit myself, right? But you know, I don't want to be that okay, he crazy. Well, we know I'm crazy. Like that's the reason why y'all listen to me, because y'all know I'm crazy. So that's a known fact, right? But spinning this all the way back to the meat and potatoes. And it actually ties in once you think about it. What I need my people to do, right? And I'm not talking about black people, because I'm human. I mean, when I say my people, I mean all people, right? Let's stop dating just because we believe somebody's better, right? Because of the melanin or the lack of melanin in their skin, right? Let's stop voting because of the melanin and the lack of melanin in a person's skin, right? Let's start looking at these people and their track records, and let's hold them accountable. Like I'm talking about far as the politicians, and then hold the people in your life accountable. Like I'm not mad if you go date, if you're a black guy and you go date a white woman, right? But she has to speak to whatever your love language is. She has to speak to like that. She has the potential to be, you know, more than, you know what I mean, a notch on your belt. If you're being serious about her, does she have the potential to be the mother of your kids? Does she have the potential to be, you know, your wife, your life partner, whatever you want to, like, does she have that potential? And same thing with sister. If you see somebody, and don't be like, oh, and then the first thing comes out your mouth, he treats me better than the past. That's not, you're doing more harm to your own than you are good. Show people that, yeah, I'm in this because he speaks to me. He speaks directly to me. And he provides and fulfills everything that's important and meaningful to me. It has nothing to do with the skin. If you're just dating a person because of his skin color, then you're racist. If you're voting just because of his skin color, you're racist. You're small-minded and you're racist, right? Like, do away with you, right? Like, on the cool, like, we don't even got no, like, what are we doing with you, right? Because you feel obligated. Like, stop. Whatever you do, get a grip, bring it back down to earth, do your due diligence and whatnot, and then move accordingly.
For somebody that has dated outside their race and obviously came back, for me, it was just, I don't want to have to keep explaining certain things. Like, for me, dating outside my race, it causes a conflict, because when you become passive about racism, when you become passive about things that are important to me and to the black race as a whole, and you just kind of sitting on sidelines like, I really don't want to X, Y, and Z, or you don't want to get involved, you don't want to, muddy up your pristine, image, that bothers me. Equally, I don't want to have to bring somebody home and explain what greens and cornbread is and why we eat it on Sunday with fried chicken and hot sauce. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to explain why we eat, black eyed peas at New Year's. Son, if you don't know the history behind it, then you really ain't mine.
Yeah, true. Oh, but I didn't necessarily date. I've had relations. With the Pharaoh.
Okay, President Clinton.
Hey, stop. I had relations. Come on,
you feel the same, bro.
Oh, man, look, man, yeah, for sure.
Okay, I don't know.
It's not like, okay, it's like, let me go and tell the truth. There's nothing special about it, right? Like, I look at dating or actually having relations, other with other races, right? And I know it's a terrible word to use, right? Like, it's like a kid, and I'm gonna get to my thing. And I told the story on the podcast before I get to that. Like, what happens is, because America makes the other race so taboo, we think that we got that special cookie that when we was a kid, right? Your mother, like, would always, at least my mother, will put the cookies on top of the refrigerator. And I'm short right now, so I was uber short as a fucking kid, right? And so, of course, when she's asleep, I would get the chair, stand my shoulders, and then stand on my tiptoes. And then what happens is and I'm reaching, and it never fails. I get the cookie happy, and then what happens, I would tip, and then it roll, and before I can catch it, clank, 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 clank. And then my mother used to sit up. I promise you, she'd be looking like you're going to die. I go to running, but that's for another podcast and whatnot. But long story short, we treat the opposite race like that magical cookie in a cookie jar. We like, if I can just bite that cookie, if I can just sample that cookie is you have to understand how that cookie is positioned within the media of America. Like, everything about white is right. Everything about white is righteous, is good. It's pure. Right. And then if you flip that coin over for the white people that has this fixation with black people and black culture, because they've been told, don't do that, don't interact, don't, it makes them want to, because they've been told don't for so long. right? Just like the black people been told, you're not worthy. The white people like, that's beneath you. And so that creates that curiosity that makes you want that cookie. Like, newsflash, people, when you take a bite of the cookie, it's still a motherfucking chocolate chip cookie, even if it got white chocolate chips in it. Bottom line, flat out, it's just a cookie, people. It's no sparks gonna come from that cookie, right? And it's nothing magical coming out that cookie, no matter how freaky that cookie is. Because if you think I got a white chick, she uber freaky, man, look, I've done some disgusting things with black women too. It's no difference. I'm just here to tell you that. Now, quickly to my story. That's crazy. Eons ago, and I'm pretty sure I told this story in the podcast, and if I did, I'm gonna tell it. So act like you're hearing it for the first time. Look, I'm at a nightclub long time ago, eons ago, nightclub called The Classics, right? So my thing is, I used to go around the room, like, cause I just wanted to dance. Like, I had a little rhythm, not much. So I went to the tables and I'm like, hey, you want to dance? It'd be my pleasure. I would love to. Can I get to, like, I'm shooting my game and everybody just shoot me down. Pew, 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 pew. And so I'm friends with a waitress, right? And like, me and her cool. We ain't intimate cool. We just cool, right? And so she tapped me like, my girl want to dance with you. Like, oh, who's your girl? Right. And I'm thinking like, who's, and then what happened was her girl was, lo and behold, a white chick. Now I had asked at least bare minimum 5 to 8 women, please, because my song was on. And I want to go out, you know what I mean? I had on my hammer pants, had the gold chain around my neck. I had the polka dot shirt on. You couldn't tell me I was not fucking fresh to death. I want to go burn. But everybody shot me down, like, get away from me, ew. You not the, but as soon as I seen who it was, and then she was thick. She had red hair too. You could, like, okay, cool. Like, but what happens, cause I was not in the know, I mentally, I like, oh, I got the cookie. I got excited, the cookie, right? But granted, I went to all my sisters first, and they politely, some just ignored me, look at me like, please, you're beneath me. And then when I got on the floor and we danced, I got all these dirty looks. Like, you some shit. And from the same women I asked to dance with, they looked at me like I was the bottom of their shoe. Right? I'm like, but then I just asked, and in my mind, I'm thinking, I just asked you to dance. And I'm looking at her mouth, the words to me, you ain't shit. Like, okay, bro, so I'm not shit because I'm dancing with her? I supposed to just stand here and just keep begging you heifers?
Hey,
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. DK, this comedian, Garfey. What is the comedian name? Jeffrey Godfrey. He had a thing today about, he had put the thing up about the day that, one of the what you call that white supremacist group? The, what do you call it? The
Proud Boys?
Proud Boys. One of them was married to a black chick. And his thing, love it. His thing, well, I'm gonna send you the video, bro. After I tell it to you, his thing was you have to be careful with the interracial relationships, because a lot of these white races, they're living out fantasies with these black women.
Facts.
That was his thing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send that video.
I appreciate that. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Kern, I know, like, I've been my usual ball hog self, you know what I mean? Like Michael Jordan in his prime, you know what I mean? Sometimes I had to put up 60, man. I just, I had to put up 60 sometimes. Sometimes I don't. One of these days, I had some help. My man come through. He put up 45, put up 60. So, you got a couple of rebounds. We appreciate you. So I'm gonna get out the way and like, let you unnecessarily close us out. But, I mean, throw in your last 2 cents. Then we're gonna touch back to my man JC. And then from there, nugget of the day. So talk to me, Ms. Rose.
Langston Hughes says, Negroes, sweet and docile, meek, humble, and kind. Beware the day they change their mind. Listen, when we start putting value in us, I said this before, the black family has to be put back together by us. We can't expect anybody to quote unquote save us. We have to save ourselves, both in relationships and in finances. And so when we choose to really stop tap dancing and blackfacing and whitewashing ourselves for social media and for the world that does not really create us or define us, then we can move forward in what we really want to see.
Facts. That's what's up. JC, you got any closing thoughts you want to hit us with before we get out of here?
Hey, man, this has been one fun ride for me, man. I appreciate y'all having me on, man. And to Karen, I wanted to tell you, but I didn't want to interrupt. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go out and get you some of that pink, ding-a-ling, look, hey, damn what
been there, done that. Been there, done that.
Listen, forget what them other people, look, people gonna talk anyway. You know what I'm saying? and that probably would have been the best thing for you because you can weed out who true to you and who not. So, I mean, if you need that little 2-3 and little thing, man, and you don't mind rubbing your hand through that kind of hair while, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I had fun. I'm
so done.
This is. I just appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for having me on, man.
Nah, man. Thank you. We glad that you had a good time. Like, you know, I knew that this podcast was a great fit. Like, I was just recently on your podcast and I had a great time there as well. Like, we laughed and we got to talk shop with books. I got another podcast coming out. I keep saying I need to put a date on it and launch that joint. You know what I mean? This is the year of the Mad Titan. This is the year of execution. So as soon as I get that on, you're definitely going to be on, Listen Up, I Got a Story to Tell podcast, and we're talking about books over there exclusively. So I would definitely love to have you on, JC, and walk down, you know what I mean, how you went from, you know, starting author to where you're currently at now and where you see yourself at the future. So once again, on behalf of me and my co-host, thank you for coming through, blessing the Mike Slim. Like, you fucking hilarious, man. I literally laughed for real. Like, I mean, I laughed. Yeah, I promise you. The shit you said was like, it was, and the thing was, what made it so funny was true. That's be the greatest fucking jokes when shit like it's true. There's like it's undeniable truth in what you said, right? So thank you. We appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Please invite me back whenever somebody dip out. Hit me up, bro. I love this.
Yeah. I got no problem with it. I'm pretty sure that my co-hosts don't, man. The next time we have a topic that, you know, we feel that we can get right into and go all the way in, because I love that. I love having people on that's not scared of voicing their opinion, whether it's unpopular or not. And I think that's what's wrong with America today. Like, you know, we're actually prisoners of opinion. And so we walk meekly because of, you know what I mean, the sell of opinion.
Right. Yeah.
So Karen, you want to, yeah, for sure. Karen, you want to, you know what I mean, do the honor so I can go ahead and shimmy and shake us out the door?
Absolutely. JC, thank you so much for coming on. Yes, you are more than welcome to come back anytime. And obviously you will probably be on DK's solo project, Listen Up, I Got a Story to Tell, where you guys will discuss, you know, entrepreneurship and all this good parts of storytelling. This is your girl, it's the Thorny Chick, Karen KK Rose. This is the Love Is podcast alongside my co-host, the lovable asshole, DK Walker. And this is where we pass my baby off to the mean man for the Daily Love Jones.
I don't know if I'm mean or not, man. You know, I don't necessarily know if I'm mean. You know, sometimes truth gets labeled as such. But one thing about truth is not nice. You can't argue with the truth. Like, you can't bat the truth down. You cannot spin the truth. You can't, you know, whitewash the truth. You can't dress the truth up in blackface, right? The truth is the truth. Truth will not be denied, right? And so I gave you the rundown about truth, and this is what that means. And let me run through about, you know, today's meat and potatoes of the podcast. We was talking about the swirl, right? Like, you know, the swirl is optional, but you being black isn't, right? The swirl is optional, but you being black isn't, right? Ladies, gentlemen, if you find yourself attracted to somebody that doesn't look like you, somebody that hair is not like yours, somebody that have different viewpoints, ideologies, and such, don't gravitate to them because you think because of those differences, they're going to elevate your life. Please don't do that. If you're going to fall in love with that person. And just because they don't look like you, because they may be white, Asian, you know, Hispanic, whatever the case may be, let that just be who they are. But that's not the main reason why you are attracted to them. Like, whoever posted that crazy ass meme or post or whatever talking about, you know, all black men hate all, like, what? We hate who? And you're basing it upon what? Stop. There's enough division in the world today. Like, now more than However, we need to be unified, right? And love is a great place where the unity begins, but let that unity begins because it's out of I love you for you and not what you look like. And because of what you look like, you're fulfilling some type of fantasy of mine, right? That you're fulfilling, that you're going to get me out of this financial debt because you have all the secrets because you're white, right? Or I'm dating you because I believe that all black men have big dicks. No, there's a lot of medium dick black men out here, a lot of medium dick black men out here. So like, it's not about fantasy. It's about I'm with you for you. And your packaging with your skin is just a byproduct of who you are, right? That needs to be when you're dating outside of the race, how crazy that may sound, right? Like, let that be the real reason, because I love you. You just happen to be black. I love you. Or I like you. You happen to be black. I like you. You just happen to be white. Whatever it is, you just happen to, your love interest just happens to be what they are. And the love shouldn't be because of that. And in doing so, whatever you do, like whatever, last thing I'm done, whatever you, please do not think because you having relations or you're in a relationship with somebody that doesn't look like you, that makes you better and you're accepted, right? That makes you the biggest racist of all time. So with that being said, I am DK Walker.
If you want to contact me, JC, or DK, please look for the show notes. Listen, you guys are the dopest listeners alive. You show out for us every week, every Wednesday at 7 p.m., no matter where you listen to our podcast, whether it be Apple, Google, YouTube, Spotify. You guys are the dopest. And if you are listening to us on Apple, we do ask that you leave us a review, not just a rating. Please make sure no matter what platform you're listening on, like, comment, and share. It's your girls, that thorny chick, Karen KK Rose, alongside my co-host DK Walker, and today JC. JC, tell the people bye-bye.
Hold it down, baby.
DK?
Man, my co-host started laughing because I be having my 3 a.m. gyms and I almost went to my 3 a.m. closing. Like, hi, I'm DK Walker, you learn success consultant. And
I was just going to let it ride. I was just going to let it.
No. I caught myself. So I caught myself because I'm good with my stroke count, right? I know, like you said.
Jump out.
Think about baseball. Not just shit.
That's DK Walker, y'all. That is his goodbye. It's your other Karen KK Rose. I'm out.
But it feels so good.
This episode of the Love Is Podcast has ended. But please be sure to subscribe for more great content on sex, entrepreneurship, life, love, and how to get through the BS of it all. And don't forget to rate and leave a review so we can continue to bring more of that thorny chick, Karen KK Rose, and, dare I say, the lovable a-hole, Mr. DK Walker. See you on the next podcast.